Since September 2009, Riyadh's Technical Trainers College has been opening its classroom doors to young men from all over the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Our purpose? Educating a new generation of vocational trainers in this country. Today, close to 1,000 students are enrolled in 8 programs offered by our 3 academic departments. Together with our strong partners from the Saudi Ministry of Labour, we have started to fundamentally rethink this country's approach to vocational education.
Good morning, gentlemen. It is a pleasure to welcome you here at TTC.
I invite you to go to class every morning with curiosity. Please take this attitude with you. Your teachers, your lecturers, and all of us in administration and in management of TTC, we are here to help you to make that experience. Develop and preserve yourself this intellectual curiosity that will hopefully, in the end, make you excellent teachers at TVTC. So thank you for your attention. I wish you very much all the best and that you have a fruitful and enjoyable experience here with us at TTC. Welcome again.
TTC is special. We are a teacher training institution. There are not many institutions of its kind in emerging economies. When our more than 1,000 young Saudi men graduate with a Bachelor of Engineering Technology, they will later be employed as teachers in vocational training institutes, something that Saudi Arabia urgently needs. Most of our faculty, of course, is German. We are a German institution after all. Nevertheless, we have recruited faculty globally from more than 16 nations. Our teaching concept foresees not only teaching in a classroom, but also in laboratories. There, we are equipped with machinery of the very highest standards that you can obtain worldwide.
One example of how we accomplish this synthesis of technical sophistication and practice-oriented teaching is the ICT laboratory we are in right now. It is organized in 3 sections. Classes in network technology, modulation, and radio and microwave-based communication take our students through each of these sections step by step. Equipped with a sophisticated network infrastructure and its own PBX, our lab enables students to work on intranet structure, digital and analog telephony, as well as voice over IP communication.
Okay. Excuse me, Doctor. Yes, I have a problem.
Further on, lessons in modulation cover topics ranging from the optical carrier model to pulse control modulation.
Connection, so you go.
Complementing the first 2, the 3rd section comprises antenna and microwave equipment, as well as 2 external satellite dishes.
This is the objective for this experiment. I think this. You can ask Mr. Dr. Salim.
Let us now have a peek at some of the mechanical tools our students of production technology are taught to work on.
Button, and you can see the move of the system.
On the basis of detailed technical drawings, students learn how to write the programs that control the production of a variety of different machine parts, such as the centering bolt displayed in this simulation.
But for now, I want you to continue outside.
Yet, unlike most other classrooms, this workshop's programming room is more than just a space for theoretical abstractions. Because for each of our students, his workspace serves as a direct link to the machines next door. The CNC, or Computer Numerical Control, shop floor, is one of our technologically most sophisticated workplaces here at TTC. And for their classes in advanced machining, students get to explore the full potential of all of its high-tech tools. Once their programs are finalized, students proceed to set up machines like this CNC milling tool to direct the final steps of its production. This requires them to do some fine-tuning according to the specific requirements of the material and other parameters of the workpiece. This is one way they get to continuously apply their growing knowledge of material science and production technology as they meticulously examine each step of the process. From broughing to finishing and finally engraving, students like Ibrahim have to keep a constant eye on the machine's operation and check the flawless execution of their programs. Finally, once they're done, the quality of each workpiece has to be inspected.
Here we are. This is the final workpiece. We shaped it out from this aluminium plank. Is that fascinating?
With equipment at TTC, we come to produce a useful machine parts at industrial standard.
With a campus that offers ample space to enjoy a break in the shade, it's not always easy to make it back to class on time. But of course, you should always make the effort. So, let's hurry.
This block is being upside down. What's going to do to it?
In electronics and electrical technology, our lecturers focus specifically on preparing their students for the job of training future professionals for the industry. Learning to control systems, like the fully automated conveyor machine these students are presently working on, for instance, is at the center of our electrical machines study program.
Howard, can you run the machine for me, please?
On the top right.
To ensure that they understand each of the machine's operations and to improve their troubleshooting skills, this time their lecturer has rigged its controls to see if they can spot the errors. Combined with the skills they acquire in classes on circuit analysis, students and the trainers that they are going to teach will later be able to program and supervise the operation of industrial machinery, ranging from assembly lines to logistics systems.
Working out everything will stop. It's going to give you some defects going on.
Yes. You mean this hole?
Exactly, right here. Yep. So this is what we call the index holes. 1, 2, 3 is counted.
More than anything else, we strive to educate excellent teachers. That is why classes in vocational pedagogy make up 30% of our students' curricula. Besides the technical English repertoire that they are taught at TTC, VP is another crucial element of their comprehensive language education. So, what should a good teacher be like? During VP, this is not merely an academic question. At TTC, we believe that in order to become successful teachers, our students need to feel at home in the classroom and be able to command a broad arsenal of didactic tools.
Group 3. Next group. Yes. The most important.
Exercises in group work and role-playing are therefore essential to familiarize our students with their future roles at the head of the classroom.
Think about prepare for lessons.
Preparing for a lesson.
We challenge our students to improve their pedagogical sensitivity
Make a good plan.
so that individual needs and situations can be addressed correctly.
You need information where you still have problems. You need information how you can improve. And the teacher as well. He should get information from students how we can improve the learning process in general. Therefore, a feedback from both sides is very important for a good learning outcome. It's one of the most powerful factors.
Through dialogue and active participation, our students learn how to convey their technical know-how to the trainees they will eventually instruct.
This is very important. And one precondition for such a feedback, of course, is a trustful atmosphere between teacher and student. I prepare for my courses always such evaluation sheets.
Islam is central to our students' daily lives.
الحمد لله انهينا من جميع هذه الاجراءات والان وصلنا الى النقطه النهايه نقطه النهايه نهايه البدايه والان نبتدي معكم ان شاء الله في الكليه.
Because teaching means more than just the transmission of technical know-how, we also want to give students the chance to explore the ethical dimensions of their chosen profession. From the spiritual to the physically engaging, Activities on campus are as varied as our students themselves. Needless to say, besides studying, there is always time for leisure and exercises in team building. Moving right along, our next stop takes us to the conventional machining workshop. Right now, the student, Mr. Jamal, is in the middle of his final practical exam. He is setting up the 3 necessary axes in order to program the milling machine and to cut an exact groove in an aluminium machine part. After cleaning out the chips, it is ready for inspection by his lecturer. After programming the parameters of the metal lathe machine, this student is turning a cylindrical workpiece into a specific length and diameter, thereby completing another task facing students during their practical exams. So, how did they do?
Was ist die Nummer?
Das ist 110
Okay,
und 102.
okay.
Das Aussehen ist relativ gut hier.
Wie viel Prozent ungefähr?
Da würde ich 85% drauf geben.
Okay.
So, lass uns mal oben den Kopf messen. Das sind 38 mm.
Okay.
Das ist innerhalb der Toleranz.
Und den Fuß?
Das sind 105 mm.
Okay.
Auch innerhalb der Toleranz.
At TTC, however, our commitment to a truly hands-on education does not stop at the workshop door. During company field practice, students set out on their own to apply their skills at a workplace of their choice.
My name is GIZ Al Saud. I am 24 years old and I am a student of production technology in my 7th semester at TTC. As a student at TTC, I am performing at least 12 weeks of guided internships during my education. Here you see me at the backing lines of a grind silos flour factory where we take samples to check the quality of our product.
Company field practice is an integral part and at the core of TTC's educational concept. To get a better idea of what our students are able to discover during their first glimpse of genuine working life, we have decided to follow 2 of them for one day.
I like this place. For me, it's also a chance to build relationships with the industry and to make personal contacts that will be valuable for me as a future technical trainer.
Every day we stop 1 meal to check the maintenance route.
Under the guidance of my supervisor, I learned to take on greater responsibility in order to do the job by myself. This way, I gain new perspectives and awareness of the industry and very important insights and skills. Many of the tasks are familiar to me from what I learned in the workshops at TTC. Here in the laboratory, the flour samples we took before are being analyzed. By working together with colleagues in different sections, I get a sense of what's like to be part of a professional team. At Green Silos, 4 mills are producing around 2,500 tons of flour every day. That's an amazing accomplishment. Thanks to TTC and the Green Silos, I can be a part of it during company field practice. I am proud that my school cooperates with a large number of international and local businesses. With the grain that fills these silos, my colleagues and I help to feed the people of Riyadh day in and day out. And the control room is the place where I get to understand how the plant systems all interact. These parties offer us students internships and allow us to participate in their day-to-day work.
المؤسسة حريصة على تدريب المتدربين السعوديين وهي شريكة لكلية المدربين التقنيين لأنهم هم نواة العمل في المملكة مستقبلا.
I am so happy to live with the grand silos and with the nice staff. Organizations like Green Silos embracing the idea of supporting the development of a highly educated workforce in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
In order to offer them as formative an experience as possible, we dispatch our students to visit factory floors and construction sites throughout the country. For one day, we accompanied Abdullah.
My name is Abdullah Al-Saig and I am 25 years old. I am a student in electrical power and I am in my 8th semester at TTC.
The King Abdullah Petroleum Studies and Research Center is set to become one of Saudi Arabia's premier scientific institutes. Once it is finished, hundreds of scientists from all over the world will live and work here to chart a course for the kingdom's energy future.
At this high-tech facility, I had the opportunity to participate in the work of the German industrial powerhouse ThyssenKrupp. The elevators which Thyssen is installing at this site are the most technically advanced in the world. I am proud to be part of this company and I have learned so much for the future. I started 4 weeks ago and it's really exciting for me.
As you see, we have to assemble the cabin now on next activity.
How can I fix this?
To fix the cabin?
And by working hand in hand with experienced supervisors, I get chance to apply many of the skills I required during my classes at TTC.
Ahmed, I feel we have a problem with this contact. Can you check?
Okay, between this line?
Yeah.
As a future technical trainer, I need these experiences in order to bring the real working life to the classroom.
So here is the problem.
And it's so much easier to study theory when you know how it's used in practice.
Same voltage as the other one. It should not be like this.
There's a mistake between this line.
Yeah.
For me, that's the biggest reward.
Check this one.
Okay.
Okay, you see, Ahmed, the right value here should be like 5.5 centimeter.
Very often co-workers praise our expertise.
Adjust it at 5.5 centimeter and you check.
They appreciate that we are technically skilled, have a good command of the English language, and most of all, demonstrate good working attitude and are motivated and very eager to learn more.
That's good enough. Okay, now this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, now we are matching the values here. It was not such a big problem, fixing this shoe.
My supervisor was always very helpful and I learned a lot from him. This professional contact is something I appreciate very much.
So like now we are finished, so we will go for lunch.
This is what makes company field practice such a great source of motivation.
We like to think that when our students graduate, we hand them more than just a diploma. After 6 semesters of thorough training and patient guidance, we pass on to them the responsibility for the education of future generations. This is how we are going to ensure that the impact of TTC's pioneering approach will not only be transformative, but also sustainable. TTC, an institution for the future of Saudi Arabia. Please visit us here in Riyadh or on our website